Tammy Roman is revealing her Basketball Wives salary. We're going to get into the details, okay? Now, where is this stemming from? This is all stemming from Drew Sidora. Drew Sidora's Real Housewives of Atlanta salary was released as a part of this whole divorce process that she had going on with Ralph. That divorce has since finalized. So we are happy for Drew that she can now move on with her life. I'm sure that has to be a relief. But with that came this pretty much putting it out there that she makes about $26,000 per episode for the Real Housewives of Atlanta this season or around this point in time, right? So let's just do the math on that. That could equate to, depending on how many episodes there are in the season, 26,000, let's say just times 16. That's around $416,000 for a season. That is a very, very good salary when you think about it from the terms of how we sit and how we look at it. Now, what Tammy did was she went down the rabbit hole as well, looking at the comments to see what the comments were saying about this salary. And she goes back into her early days, back to 2010, when she first started on Basketball Wives. And she said that she made $2,500 per episode. Now, I will tell you that at that time was a pretty average starting salary. It really was. And even now, it is for some reality TV personalities, they're making about that range per episode. You would not think this, or you would think that they would be making more, but I know that the reality is a lot of them are not, okay? A lot of them are not. Or they're making around that amount, or maybe a little bit more and maybe a little bit less. This depends on the network. This is also going to depend on the show. This is going to depend on the tenure, the amount of time that you've been in. Typically, you might get a 3 to 5% pay bump per season, I think. Just depending on, again, it depends on the show. It depends on the network. It depends on, the particular franchise. So you got to factor those things in. And Tammy also goes on to state that the $2,500 that she made when she first started back in 2010 was not what she was making when she ended. I would imagine that was significantly more. I would probably estimate maybe she could have been making about $15,000 per episode, maybe $10,000 to $15,000. Probably at least. I don't know. That's a very good question. She could have been I'm just thinking it's VH1, it's Basketball Wives, and I'm thinking about some things that I know from what I've heard, or at least what I've heard or what I've been told. But it could have been more. It could have been more because she's Tammy Roman at this point. And I would imagine that by the end, Tammy was probably negotiating rather well, because we know that she really wanted to leave. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was making something really super high, like stupid high for what that show actually, pays at this point, right? Well, it's done now, but whatever. Anyway, so when you go down into the comment section, I think the comments are really, really telling, right? So you have Jason Lee comments and says, I was making $1,000 per episode on Love and Hip Hop. He says, educate the people. Aikisha from Bell Collective says, and take it from me, honey, it's still some reality personalities out there doing the most for way less. Trust me, I know. And I'm talking less than what Tammy said that she was getting paid. So that sentiment echoes what Jason is saying here. He says I was making $1,000 per episode on Love and Hip Hop, educate the people. So with that being said, I mean, first of all, I love the transparency in all this. I really love it. I love that everybody is finally able to kind of speak on what they're experiencing. If people don't say what they experience in these pay situations, nobody knows what to ask for, right? And again, I told y'all, if you go back to my video, my long form video, you will see how I broke it all down and what Drew could do to actually double the amount that she is making, which is what I would tell any reality TV personality to do. There is someone else in the comments who says, the black media says, very true, but after taxes, manager, publicist, and possibly agent, it's less than $25,000, but still a worthy coin, especially when you add up the number of episodes. Folks, just be mad. So, listen, $2,500 per episode. I mean, if you think about it, well, Tammy also says this. Let's not get it twisted, because she also had to kind of invest in herself, because she was also flying down to Miami to film on the weekends, and she was working her job at Morgan Stanley while she did it. Okay. So Tammy was saying basically, I'm not giving up my day job for this job. I'm gonna bank this $2,500. So she's probably having to take a little bit of money out of that to pay for flights as well. So that's the breakdown, y'all. Let us know what you think. Does this amount sound good to you? Sounds great to me. Okay. Sounds great to me. $26,000 per month. Or not per month, per episode, to show up, film for about 3-4 months, and then go about your business and live your life. All Drew has to do now is she's got to tighten up that team. That team has to be leaned all the way out. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below, and I will catch you, of course, in the next video.